Hi there. I am Gabrielle the Great, and it is an honor, a blessing, and truly a divine intervention that it is we meet here today. I have been among my journey for some time now in this incarnation, and my awareness, my consciousness, and my ability to share information, act as a streamline of consciousness for our higher realms, as well as lower archons, is what I'm beginning to focus on more. And I am ready. I have been invited and am being so very heavily pushed to finally pop out with some information on offering new perspectives and channeled messages. One of the things that I've noticed for myself recently is a moment to moment recognition that I am an otherworldly being and having a human experience. And there is some really powerful mirror work that can be done to allow ourselves to truly see, rather than just envision, to truly see our differences. Now, the left side of my face, when it is that I look in the mirror, the side that represents my non-human. There's also a lot of masculine tied to this side of my face and the way that I am able to truly physically see with my eyes these differences. Now I look to the left side of my face, and it is here that I see more of a vibrance, my skin beating as an organ, a living vessel of its own nature, fueled by a spirit. And to have had this experience, guided divinely towards such a meditation, really allowed me to feel for the first time, based on this gnosis, that longing for somewhere else, to be with a sense of home, interacting with a sense of family and like-minded co-creators, original familial souls. Really puts an emphasis on that. So this has brought me to a place where I have been having a lot more visions in regards to our ability to fly, beginning with levitation, but even so, just emphasis on flying, our bodies being able to lift and to move. I have been much more responsive in my light body. I have the ability to activate what ends up being a sensational experience. And I can feel my light body. It's a vibration. It's a very fast oscillation and alignment based activation that in theory and most truly so, rather, would respond to one's own ohms and vibrational tones, but as well to others and of different fashions. I've also been seeing those of us that are blue returning to each other and in suits of sorts, almost as if you could picture Star Trek. That's really kind of the vision that I have. And there's a transparency as well of the skin that begins to take place, and those of us who are able to see each other will find that we are able to share. Showing up in pictures with oneself looking a bit vivid. This is where this starts. So I have really been in an interesting place between humanity and completely letting go of my humanity altogether, and continuing to be mindful and conscious and grateful of this experience. And, you know, I am so grateful to be here and to be able to serve in the way that I do. I think that's ascension, you know? And it rings with these bells to say it now. For the fallen to arise. And, you know, I'm looking now to reinvent the way that I interact as well with humanity. I have been specifically trained and been through war and battle that has equipped me with the perfect purpose to share my knowledge and act as a channel for those in need, a mirror as well. A big cosmic mirror. And I want to be able to interact with everybody on the exact same frequency, which means, you know, at this point, I have no familial relationships. I have no earthly ties aside from, and bless him and our relationship and the divinity that is at the center of that. Of course, my partner, who is away for a few more years. Another can of worms, but my flame. I have been removed of all of my attachments, and rather than them being removed from me, I have worked so very hard and chosen time and time again to learn similar lessons in new ways and from different perspectives, with different folks on the end of the receiving or exchanging. And I have learned so much about myself and about our humanity, about the experience, about darkness, about light, about alchemy, about divinity. I have done and seen and worked with and through so many wonderful amazing, lost, broken, and at times completely unconscious people. And I love them. You know? I loved them. I love eternally. However, I have not any attachments to any being at any time, and that really allows me to have an even flow of chi to share and provide with everyone that I come into contact with. I think when you walk it with purpose, you make it your mission to show up every time, everywhere with that cape on. So, you know, there are limits to what kind of a dynamic, kind of information regarding my human I am interested in sharing with any other human. But that is only because I am grateful to be able to then create space for my central heart, my sun, my moon to greet you and from a place that is non-biased to an attachment-based perspective, but from a place where I see you as an eternal God-based co-creator that is seeking a sense of asylum. Yes. As I know I have been seen as well. And that is a beautiful thing. We all are as such. And as we as Ascended Masters move further in our journeys, continue to level into new realms of consciousness, new dimensions of opportunity, I look forward to showing up as the light embodied and a true vessel for opportunity of understanding. And as you may have heard me say before, I am genuinely a fast track to one's higher point of divinity. And when we talk and when we share with each other, that is divine alchemy in action. I thank you for allowing me to share the tones in my voice, to share the mana in my marrow, as Mike Love would say. And for allowing me to be present with you as we have long awaited to be present with each other. I'm very proud of you. I look forward to telling you more stories and chatting again. But for now, adios.